Alrighty then. Do 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 do. Why are you up there? Hmm. Okay. All right. So, couple things that ended up happening. In the midst of my mic being off for a good half hour, realizing it like an idiot. We got a new companion. Can't remember his name. I think I liked him. I wasn't sure. We did a little bit of his conversation. That was about it. Okay, I was gonna say my computer.
Nicely.
I don't think I'm gonna be using
Need
them.
something?
Yes. Let's have a talk.
As a peripatetic loner, I'm not privy to the latest news, but the Hollowborn Children is a tale that has reached even my reclusive ears. Or rather, ear.
Right, because you're missing an ear. What do the Glenfather and Junes think of this plight?
It's been a long time since I've spoken with my circle. They'd probably tell you what I'd tell you. This plight was most certainly the consequence of someone trespassing into Nguithan places, not meant for folk. I mean, what else other than the gods could inflict punishment of such impressive scale?
What are your thoughts on the Hollowborn?
Anytime a life is separated from its soul, I wanted to pretend it was just a rumor when I first heard of it. In my youth, I'd cursed the dear Woodens for being ignorant to spoilers that breed out of control. But soulless babies? What heartless gods would inflict that kind of tragedy? No parent or child deserves to be a part of it.
Sorry about that. Let's talk of other matters.
Need something?
Tell me about yourself.
My second favorite subject.
Oh yeah, I do like this guy.
What would you like to know?
How'd you come to be trained as a druid? Oh, I wasn't entirely by choice, not at the start at least. My ambition was to be a hunter. I merely arrived by a different trail. As a child, an Animphoth came to visit. An honored guest is occasional for a grand chase, but I was left out, instructed instead to be a cupbearer to the old wise one while the rest were on hunt. Huh. I wouldn't want to be that either. Anyways, I'm sure you can guess what happens. Wise Animphoth gives dumb child a shred of attention. We ended up talking until the hunters returned. He gave me his hands dart across his body, scouring the pockets and folds of his tunic. He presents a rusted iron medallion fashioned in the likeness of a hound's head, a common icon amongst the frontiersmen, explorers, and other seekers faithful to Gallowayne. The Animphoth insisted I be trained and untrained, and none of my village would defy him. Now, he smiles broadly, I don't need a bow to hunt. Where are you from originally?
My mother's crotch. You?
What a coincidence. I also came from my mother's crotch.
For the record, only I'm allowed to insult my mother. But I respect your dedication to banter, so I'll let it slide. This time. I grew up in Erglonfoth, specifically in and around Thane Bog. My people, the Fisher Crane tribe, are migrant stewards of the land. I've walked the whole of Glonfoth many times.
Oh. What would have been funny if... Oh, what might have been funny is if we would have said we were Caesarean. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Anyways, what's the story behind the symbol of whale on your eye patch? Whale is known as the eyeless face, so his symbol seemed a good fit for my eye patch. He absent-mindedly runs his finger along the strap of the patch band. Whale iconography. What? Iconography is rather popular in my home tribe, but it seems he is not as widely venerated here in the Deerwood. I remember thinking that if I consecrated my eye to he who obfuscates. I'm having problem with these words, and reveals that maybe with enough devotion, Whale could make use of old ruined thing. Old ruined thing. What? Okay. All of a sudden, my eye just started wandering. I don't like it. Anyways, he pulls on the eye patch strap and lets it go with a loud snap. So if you think you see me staring at rumps and oh god, why? So if you think you see me staring at rumps and cleavage, it's really just the will of Whale controlling my gaze. Honest. Wait, what? Oh, I was like, you're not gonna give us a description of his eye? And then no, he just like pulled it. It was like, oh, I thought he took the eye patch off, and the game wasn't gonna give us a description of his eye, his damaged eye. It was like, that's weird. Anyways, what's your relation with the Gallowayne? I was raised as a disciple of the secret god. He is the champion of the hunt, be it the simple struggle for the sustenance or the scholarly pursuit of knowledge. In my older years, I found, he cuts himself off, shakes his head, and stares again. Life has shown me I am more suited to the ways of Whale. The furious hunt for knowledge often outpaces the journey to real understanding. Dudes are known for changing into animals. What sort of creatures can you become? He takes a half step backward as you ask the question. All sorts of things, he says quietly with a long, uncomfortable gaze. Now, Garavia stares at you blankly, arms folded. Let's discuss something else. You want to talk about it? I'm all ears.
Very funny. Making fun of the disfigured man.
I think this might have just went over my head. What? I think I'm missing something. I can't have secrets in my group. How with it already?
Yes, I suppose you should know.
Okay, he grips his forehead and turns his eye away from you.
I struggled with spirit shifting, the final rite of passage in my druidic training. I prayed to Gallowayne for insight and, in the style of seekers of old, went to the forest, alone, to ask for guidance. Then I got my answer, an answer at least, in the form of a vibrantly colored Stelgar that pounced from the underbrush and made a salient demonstration of its capacity to eat things 1/15 its size.
What? I use the form of vibrantly colored sauce. Made fish one. Huh. Okay. Well, as awful as that sounds, it's one amazing. Amazing rite of passage.
Well, oh, you actually meant that. Thanks. My kin didn't find anything positive about this tale.
He was completely expecting us to say. Oh, that was great. That was great.
As the beast was lopping off bits of my handsomeness, I remember trying to fight back, swinging with arms too short to reach. I felt I had the energy for one last swipe at the beast's nose, And when I lashed out with a punch, my arm felt twice as massive, and my fingers sprouted talons. In a rush of power, I shifted into a mirror of my assailant. Apparently, he couldn't pick on someone his own size. By the battle's end, his severed arm was in my maw. The beast limped away in defeat.
That's quite a tale. I thought learning to spirit shift would win me some respect. Maybe trap myself in a deer in last with lust for little men. Alas, okay, I really like this guy. Alas, I might have been better off staying a novice. When I wandered back to my village, they saw my wounds and asked what happened. I showed them. The name they called my form was the Autumn Stelgare, and his mouth opens, but he hesitates for a long moment before choosing his words. They were not impressed. Now, the Rio of my circle believed the Autumn Stelgare to be a heinous abomination. It is said that if it eats you, your soul is invariably lost. As this was my first and most intuitive form, they deemed me a carrier of its evil. Oh, what a bunch of dicks. Even though I never so much as threatened my kin, I was ruled unfit and outcast. Your obvious sighs, scratching his scarred face. I don't know what happened. I don't know what message Galawain was trying to send. The only lesson I learned was that the seeker god will punish you for seeking. So you're some sort of soul cannibal? Travis stares at you with a frown before covering his face in his hands. No, he mutters. At least I think not. I've never actually sat down and eaten an entire person to find out. I'm not that curious to find out. You didn't choose your shape-shifting form? No, he says with a huff. It chose me, that's what I imagine. I always assumed I would shift into a stout. This seems more true to my nature. He points to the embossed pattern of whale on his eye patch. As the obscure teaches, when the answer is inscrutable, one must be content to ponder the question. Were you at least recognized as a proper druid? Oh, no. But I know I passed an initiation rite 5 times more perilous than any of those kin betrayers that insisted I was a failure. Man, that tribe seems like a bunch of dicks. Really? Can you learn to shapeshift into something less terrifying? Already can and sometimes do, he says with a beaming smile that quickly returns to a scalp. The druids my circle assign great meaning to one's first form. I'll always be unclean to them. Thank you for sharing your story.
Well, if you don't know me, you can't trust me. And if you can't trust me, odds are low you'll leap in front of a flying arrow to save my life. I've been meaning to visit the druids of Twin Elms to see if they know more about my spirit shift. If our journey takes us there, perhaps they can enlighten me with more information about the Autumn Stelgar. But for now, maybe we can talk about something less depressing?
I want to hear more about Galawain and Whale. He stares at you blankly with his one eye. Oh, not sure what more there is to say on that subject. Unless you were itching for a religious debate. Tell me more about the thoughts. Just so you guys know, this is something that I try and do with all the companions just to get it out of the way. And to learn about them. And to get their side quests. And to actually understand their story. I'm liking this guy's story, but at the same time, I'm hating it. Really? Whatever. Anyways, I came to know Whale in earnest in the first year of my exile. I asked myself why Galawain would punish me for asking questions. What just and fair god would punish me for doing as he asked? Questioning why I had been mauled just drove me mad. At the height of my worry, I would have dreams where I only saw with my injured eye. Oh, my healthy eye became blind in my dream. Interesting. He lifts up the eye patch to gently itch at the socket. Oh, you catch a quick glimpse of a puckered and scarred abscess under the whale embroidered patch. So one afternoon, I stitched a stylized a motif of the patch. I like to think of it as my self-initiation right into the Brotherhood of Whale. Whale is not an instructive or overbearing deity. He does not freely dispense wisdom and expects all of us to question and explore with our own minds. Whale reminds me that curiosity is being receptive to any and all truths, not hunting for any one answer. Huh. Has Whale ever actually spoken directly to you or sent you a sign? No, never directly, which is as it should be. Given what he represents, I especially like how Whale never sends wild beasts to maul me, but maybe I have low expectations of such things. Oh, let's think of something else. On second thought, some other time. All right, there we go, guys. Well, this is a once per encounter. Oh, I can't see that right now. Rude.
Right.
Okay, so let's figure out. A cruel ruler from the north has arrived. All right, so I suppose we talk with him real quick. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I've heard a lot about you, Lord Zircon. You seem like a man who knows how to get results. I have a matter I'd like to discuss with you if you'll hear me out. I would urge caution, my lord. Lord Brynwigar has gained a reputation as a man of brutal temperament. Some would call him cruel. You hear the steward's soft-spoken words within your head. Very well, let's hear it. You call your allies together and motion for the petitioner to step forward. As the ruler of Katanua, I'm sure you've seen your share of troublemakers. People determined to tear you down so you can share in their misery. I've had a few incidents on my land, rabble-rousing peasants, you see. Shameful as it is, they've gotten somewhat out of hand, refusing to work, threatening my guards, spouting this nonsense about unfair treatment. It's not as if I don't pay them. In any case, I fear they won't back down. The situation will only get worse if I don't put an end to it. Things may get a little messy. Thought it best to consult you on the matter. What exactly have the peasants been saying? Oh, the usual. Bring those forth that they don't enjoy the benefits of their labor, that they are treated too harshly. They're lazy, my lord, that's all. Huh. I have other questions. My steward informed me you have quite the nasty reputation, that you're cruel and merciless. I simply know the value of efficiency. These peasants should know their place. You're nothing but a petty, cruel man with more power than he deserves. Whoops. Oh well. What's currently getting made? Oh, that will be done in 13 hours. That particularly didn't go all too well. Let's check something real quick. Save scum. Yeah, let's check. Let's give something a check real quick. Okay, what exactly have the peasants been saying? I'd like a moment to discuss with my people. Of course, Aloth, I need you to... Aloth, I need you to travel to Brynwilgar's Keep, warn the people. Oh. I don't approve of your brutal tactics, but I'll turn a blind eye on this one occasion. I'll leave. Oh. 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 You send Aloth to warn the rabble-rousers about Lord Brynwilgar's plan to end their lives. Oh. I guess that's one way to get things done. Anyways, I suppose that also means that I need to put a party member in here. You.
What?
All right, so now I'm
Sure.
backed up the 2 casters. Oh. Oh, yeah, you can actually see it. Like he's literally missing an ear. All right, so what kind of... I think... Oh, oh. Oh, you are a... Oh, you're a melee person. Oh. I mean... Sure.
What? Need something?
Do. Oh man, you actually have a good amount of camping. You actually have a good survival bonus. Decent lore, but okay.
Looks a little healthier than before.
I mean, we might as well go ahead and rest. Where's the might? Boom. Yes. Five days, 17 hours. I'm gonna be sad to not have Aloth around for a little bit, but that'll be done in 5 hours. Suppose I can wait for like, nope. Wrong button. Boom. Suppose I can just wait for like 5 minutes. Don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. But at the same time, I do need to get going to places. Yeah, he's busy, so I won't be able to grab you. So, accept. Accept. And we'll see how things go there. Oh, hey. Oh, he'll be leaving in 8 days. Hero of the Saints War has arrived at the stronghold. He has asked for an audience with you. Ooh. Okay. Next item. I've got all the security ones. Wait. Yeah, I got all the security ones. I suppose. Intellect. Suppose we get the resolve.
Before I knew it, the Stelgar was on top of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
Arrow to the throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat, but not with an arrow.
Okay. Theusavist, how's it going, buddy? An elf idles by the road watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cowled figures standing near him fall silent.
Welcome.
Greetings, friend. Slow smile forms as he eyes you. I've heard of you. Word has it you've been busy in Defiance Bay. He draws closer. I'm busy too, and eager to finish my business and get back to the city. Sounds like we're both too busy to stand around chatting then. He laughs. Right to the point. This the kind of person I need to need to find her. Who? Haven't you heard? There's a murderer on the loose said has gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was hollowborn. Ooh. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring her justice. Ooh. So how have you been Theosophisk? Been a while. You been up to? Good. She can't be allowed to go free. He nods across the river. Oh, balls.
Wait.
I can increase my intelligence for a short duration. What do you do? Oh, suppose I might as well go put that there. Plus 30 might, plus 1 movement. Oh, nope. Uses 3. Nope. Okay, so that's endurance, little might, endurance, on. Where's the intelligence? No. That's flea feet. That's flying iron skin. Cheese? No. Oh dear. That's minor recover. Spirit shield? No. White leaf? Oh, no. Food. Plus 2 intellect. What is my intellect right now? And I've got plenty of it. Wrap. Here we go.
Greetings.
Sounds like we're both too busy. She can't be allowed to go free. If she's a mass murderer, why didn't the Duke send the Crucible Knights after her? Oh, hold on. Let's she's heading out of the village. We'd go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There's no telling what she'd do if she saw us coming. And we'd like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. He leans closer. Her name's Nifre. She's in Orland. We want to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone were to convince her that it's safe to leave. She's a mass murderer. Why didn't the Duke send the Crucible Knights after her? The powers that we want to keep. The powers that we want to keep things quiet. Powers that we want to. What? What? Okay. Whatever that means. Anyways, for obvious reasons, better not to cause a fuss, and certainly better not to startle her into doing something drastic. When I could draw her out. He nods. She won't know you. It'll be simple. I have a few questions for you. Which one do you like more, this or Pathfinder? So far, I still like Pathfinder a lot more. So far. I have a few questions for you. Remind me, who am I looking for? Orland and Nifri.
Hail and well met.
What did Nifri do exactly? She was responsible for the murder of all those babies in Defiance Bay. Remember, terrible thing, but we'll make her pay, all right? Okay, I should get back to search. There we go. Yeah. So far, I'm still liking this a lot more than I am I'm liking Pathfinder a lot more than I am this right now. See, I've only played Pathfinder, but I look forward to playing this one. Oh, definitely do. It's still great. It's still a great game. It's still a fantastic game. Takes a little bit to get used to because there's definitely some different mechanics going on, but okay, that's all going to be considered stealing, so we won't do that. We're not thieves. At least not until PoE 2.
You know,